Hello my friends and welcome back to the Siege of Littleton. Last episode we outfitted 4 guards with some pretty sweet gear and we're ready to go. I was hoping for a raid, but we didn't get one. This episode though, I'm fairly sure we're going to have our first raid. You're probably wondering where this flail and shield came from. Well, let me walk you through that and let's get into the episode. So yeah, last episode, after I'd outfitted the guards, I wanted to wait and see if we got a raid. I waited a couple of nights, but we didn't get a raid. Which is fine, you know, that's okay, but it means this episode we're almost guaranteed to get one of these raids happening. I made a flail because I thought, you know what, I need to be ready for the combat, and the flail is pretty sweet. Let's take a look at what it looks like in epic fight mode as I swing this thing. It's pretty cool, it does a lot of damage, I think, and it's got a really sweet animation, but you know what, one thing that really bothers me is this backpack. Let's hide that, because it doesn't look like, you know, very heroic, wandering around the battlefield with a backpack on. I mean, what am I, Ash Ketchum? Now we might as well hit the ground running. There's a couple of things I'm going to want to do to upgrade the colony. Number one, now that we're going to get raids, there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't build some more houses. Now I was thinking about the positioning of my houses. Let's take a look at the map. So this is our colony, this is how far the boundaries are, and these are the buildings in the middle. Now I'm thinking we want our residences all around the center, so I'm going to build a block of maybe 8 houses behind the town hall. The reason why we're doing that is that when the raids happen, the colonists come from all over the colony to hide in their houses. We want to make sure that no colonists are hiding on the boundaries, because raiders will raid their houses before we can get there. If all of our dudes come back to the middle, that's much more defensible. So let's get to it. Now I'm going to craft the buildings I want to get done this episode. There's a few. There's a lot of buildings to get through. Number one, we need residences. We're going to need a university because I want to do some research to make our guards better. Plus also other buildings locked behind it. It's a very important thing to get done early. We're also going to need a farm. So we'll get that going as well. That's going to be vital for getting some food and some cures for diseases. We also want, what other buildings are we going for? I'd like to get a mine because that unlocks certain researches, so we'll put that on the left as well. We'll also need a forester's hut. I'm not sure if we're going to use this or if we're going to stick to our create tree farms, which seem kind of superior at the moment. But getting this down, again, unlocks certain researches. And of course, a big building is going to be the cookery. Now, I've been told that the cookery from Littleton doesn't actually work, so we'll be careful with that. We'll put it through its paces, see if it does. But that's a nice selection of buildings to get going with. So the residents were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Perfect. We'll make, I think we might need 2 farms. So we'll make a stone hoe. And then we'll make 2 farms. Pretty good place to start. We'll need 1 mine. We'll just go for the 1. And there we go. That's a nice selection of buildings to get going with. Now also, we're playing all the mods 10, which means we have a lot of quests. I haven't returned a single quest. So, what we're going to do now is return all the quests we've done, grab up the stuff, and then put it into the computer. It's going to be a big task. I think we're going to flood the floor with crazy amounts of stuff, but here we go. Claim all rewards. Oh my god, that's insane. Look at all this stuff on the floor. So we'll just get all of this stuff into the computer. It's just so much stuff. And the thing is, picking up all this stuff is going to give us loads more quests done as well. Oh my god, look at all this stuff. This is nuts. I can't even keep track of all of the things we're picking up. Really cool. And a lot of this stuff is going to come in really handy. What's this? Oh, a bamboo raft. That sounds fun. I'll hold on to that because I want to give that a bit of a test. I've never used a bamboo raft. But there we go. And picking all those stuffs up has given us more quests, so we'll put this stuff in here as well. There we go. Okay, so before we get going to buildings, we're going to take a look at this raft. How does a bamboo raft work? I imagine it's the same as a boat. Yeah, there we go. It's exactly the same as a boat. Is it a bit quicker? No, I don't think so. Very cool though. Anyway, let's get putting down some buildings because I'm getting really distracted here. So I reckon the first thing we want to do is put down some houses. And like I said, I want to stack these in a nice little row behind the town hall. I'm going to put them up on this hill. Looks like a good position to me. And these are all going to be exactly the same size, so putting these down will be quite easy. there's number 1. Now we're going to raise this up so our builder has very few problems actually putting it down. We'll put 1 here. Looks good to me. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place these in a nice little row. And there we go. We're just going to put these right next to each other. It's a bit boring, but you know what? I think it's going to work quite well. Tick the box on that. The next one, and I think I want to put like 4, maybe 5 in a row like this. So there we go. There's 4 residences, all locked in position. We'll need to tidy up this area. There's obviously... I beg your pardon? It's a loud yawn. But yeah, we're going to remove this tree, all of these bushes and things. They're all in the way. Once these are out of the way, we can get these buildings built. And residence is going to be really important for us. If we can get these up to level 2, we can start getting loads more dudes, which means we can get loads more guards. And we need to fill in the jobs of the builders. So, actually, I think probably our chef is going to become a builder just for a day. But let's get these residences up and turned around. The materials should all be simple. There'll be a bed somewhere here, a white bed. Luckily, very easy to make. Cobblestone, furnace, spruce. Oh yeah, it's all very easy. Oak and spruce. So we'll build all of these over here in the builder's hut, and we'll move over, manage workers, show employed, and we're going to bring over Narissa the cook. She is actually now going to be a builder. Just for a day, don't worry Narissa, you can go back to your stove, get cooking some delicious pancakes, but for now, we need you as a builder. So get on over here, let's give her the stuff, and watch these residences go up. So here we go, 4 residences. You guys know how these work. Each residence can go up to level 5. Every level of a residence gives them an extra slot for a colonist. So with 4 residences at level 5, we get 20 more dudes. We're going to be looking to get these residences up to level 2. That will give us 8 new dudes, which is a great place to start. Luckily enough, guards do not take up a space in a residence, so as soon as colonists move in, we can move them out of here and into guard towers. Having these in the center of the colony is just going to make them much more defensible because, like I've said, all the colonists run home as soon as a raid happens, and so keeping them in like the central district is going to make them much easier to protect. These houses are very basic, and honestly, having all the residences and indeed all the buildings be small is going to be a real boon for us. It's going to make planning a lot easier. And the simplicity of the materials in Littleton style means that the buildings go up very quickly, and getting the resources to build them is also very easy indeed. Narissa is doing a great job as our substitute builder, kind of like a substitute teacher. She wants to cook, but she's got to pick up a hammer for a couple of hours at least, just to get these buildings done. And so here they are, level 1. Now I wanted to get these up to level 2, and also to make it so they're not floating in the sky, we've added some spruce and some of that stone brick we've been gathering around the edges to make them look a bit neater. But here we go, 4 residences. Pretty soon we're going to start having babies being born. So yeah, the residences aren't level 2, they're only level 1, and that's because there's a weird requirement in here. Take a look. So build options, I was pretty excited. We've got chain, polished andesite, no sweat lanterns. Birch, we've even repurposed one of our tree farms to be birch now, so that's not a problem. But brown dye, man, brown dye is a real pain to find. If we find some jungle, we can grab some cocoa beans. Maybe that's the best way of doing it, but for now, we've got no brown dye. So these residences are going to remain at level 1. That's not a big problem. We still have room for 4 more dudes. The next big building on my shopping list, the big one I want to do next, is going to be the university. The sooner we can get research underway, the better. It's like the big thing. Now again, the research... Oops, did I just land? Oh, there we go. Now again, having a university right in the middle of town doesn't make any sense. There's absolutely no reason for your university to be close to anything. The workers will have to walk to get here. Yes, that's a thing. But other than that, the university can be quite far away. Now my building is a place of learning. It's a magical mage tower. It makes sense to put the university quite close to me. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe over here on the right. Got to be careful because we might want to expand this, but I think over here on the coast is oh, that looks quite nice. This place over here is the perfect place. So let's take a look. It can't be that big. And like all the buildings in Littleton, the university is very small. Oh man, it's nice to see a reasonably sized building once in a while. Yeah, so we're gonna make this look all neat and tidy. I think right here next to my tree farm is gonna be cool. bring it forwards by 1. Let's see what it looks like at level 5, because it could look real cool. Oh, it does. And what does that say? Littleton Community College. Oh, I like it. So in England, Eton is the name of a famous school. This is going to be the best place. We'll pull the trigger, get this built as soon as possible, and I don't think the materials are going to be very... Oh. The block is missing its... No, there we go. Okay, it's fixed. So, university level 0, build options. Oak, spruce, some bookshelves, which we got some books for. No worries, there's no birch in this, so that's good news. Yeah, a very simple build. Let's get this up before the first raid happens. It's really nice to have a university that isn't the size of, well, a whale, or what's really big? The size of the Taj Mahal. It's nice to have a very discreetly sized university, and this goes up really quick. This is a priority building. We absolutely need to get this to level 2. So once it's built, we'll be going in and seeing what those requirements are. We also need to get a researcher, which means we definitely need some more dudes moving into the colony. So that's going to be a priority as well. But the building went up really quick. Narissa is doing a great job as a stand-in substitute builder, so a massive thank you to you, Narissa. But with the university built, let's go and see if we can get some babies being born so we can get a researcher as soon as possible. Okay, so hitting the ground running straight away. This is level 1 right now. Thank you very much, Narissa. You've done an amazing job in here, but needs to be level 2. Stripped oak panels. Okay, cobblestone, a rack, oak slabs, and a site. Okay, perfect. Narissa, let's get this upgraded. Now, it's going to be much easier for me to do these upgrades if I can actually see what the builders are requiring. And also, yeah, we need a clipboard too to make sure the colony is running smoothly. These are usually things you build much sooner, but resource scroll, it's fine that we're getting around to it now. I see why we haven't done it sooner. Leather, what a pain. Well, we can afford 1. Oh no, we can afford 2. That's good. And we'll get the clipboard from Minecolonies as well. This is another staple, essential. Let's get these attached to the various huts. So it's down here. Oh, and it looks like the sun is setting. Tonight could be the night, my dudes. Tonight could be raid night. So let's be ready. And that's why I don't want to make any of our guards back into their old roles, like maybe even bring them over to the university, because we need our dudes. We need to get ready for the raid. So number 1, a build scroll over here. Shift right click. A build scroll over here for Narissa. There we go. And last but not least, the clipboard for the town hall. While we're at the town hall, there's something very important we have to do over here. So I'll get rid of my shield for now. And we have to re-enable those settings that we turned off. So new citizen spawning, very big. Oh, and already, boom, we've got a new citizen, it's Lady Citizen. Auto worker hiring, we're going to keep off for now. But auto citizen housing, we want that on. We want our dudes to move in and live in one of these new houses. So the sun's going down, and looks like, yeah, we're safe again, no raids. These should happen every 5 nights, but it's on average. So it could be 6 nights, it could even be 7. So now a girl has been born. Let's roll the name generator.
The Siege of Littleton.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton, Tanya Warwick. So we'll go and get her hooked up with her brand new name. Now, if you want to join the colony, if you want to join us and help defend against the barbarian hordes in the Siege of Littleton, Patreon and YouTube members can drop a comment in video 1, or in the community Discord, there's a channel where you can submit your names. So where are you? Come over here, Lady Citizen. Get on over here. Your new name is Tanya Warwick. There we go. She looks like a Tanya Warwick, that's for sure. So what's the next step? Well, while we wait for the raid, let's make sure Narissa has everything she needs for her building. We got her resource scroll over here, and I've got all of this stuff in my computer, so grabbing this up and getting it crafted shouldn't be a problem. What we are going to do actually is, well, we're going to make another stone cutter and move it up here. So there it is, the architect's cutter will need stone slabs, not a problem. Very simple. And just having this next to the computer means crafting the little bits for Minecolonies is going to be so much easier. Now, we also mentioned that, yeah, I did a few things last episode that I cut out because, yeah, the episode ended early. But as you can see, our new tree farm over here is now also, gathering birch. So we'll grab the birch up. This is going to be very useful because some buildings have started to need birch. Luckily at the moment though, it's only spruce, oak and birch. So we're on top of this. Anyway, I'll get these materials made and go and give them to Narissa. So Narissa is very hard at work upgrading the university. It shouldn't take her too long to turn that around. A pretty simple build. And I've seen a couple more kids walking around the colony, skulking around. So the next girl that's going to be on the colony is...
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
Lyra Meadowcroft. And for boys, we have...
to the Siege of Littleton.
Mr. Toodles Long Dong himself. Oh, there she goes. Miss Colonist. Oh, and it looks like these guys live together. So, come here. Lyra Meadowcroft and Mr. Toodles Long Dong. What about the other buildings we have? Well, we've got the mine, we've got the cookery, and we've got the forester's hut. I think I might try placing the cookery down next to the restaurant. So, where's the build tool at? There it is. Let's go and find a home for this. Yeah, I think it just makes sense to put the cookery right next to the restaurant. There's no real reason because stuff's still going to need to go from the cookery to the warehouse and then the warehouse to the restaurant. But still, these buildings are kind of like brother and sister, so putting them next to each other just does make a lot of sense. And we'll maneuver this into position. Now, I've been told that this is a bit buggy and doesn't work, but I'm kind of hoping that they've had time to fix it. Up to level 5. That looks really nice, actually, and I think it's going to look perfect here. So we'll pull the trigger on this and assign this to Narissa once she's done those other things. And it looks like there's one more child over there, Master Civilian, so he's going to be the 4th and final child that we've had in our new residences. And this is a nice number. We've got 1 person for the cookery, 2 people for the research facility, the university. Let's get a name.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
It's Ben, Sjin Defender. Welcome to the crew, Ben. Hope you do a good job defending the colony. It's looking like you might be a guard. You might be a researcher. We'll look at stats once we have the job in hand. But let's see if we can find this son of a gun. He was in the tavern. I think he lives in the tavern. Not exactly the best place for a child to live, but you know what? What are you going to do? Oh, yeah. Looks like most of them live here, actually. Weird. But there we go, Ben. So it's Ben. Wait, another girl? Okay, I guess we're going to go and get some more names because we're having kids moving in thick and fast. This is really good. More dudes means, well, more dudes.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
Dariel Greenleaf. Welcome to the colony, Dariel. Let's go and get you hooked up. There we go, Dariel Greenleaf, Sjin Defender, Tanya Warwick. Welcome. Oh, amazing stuff. So the university is now level 2. That's really good. Good job, Narissa. So what are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break from building and let's also repurpose Narissa into a researcher. Man, Narissa is the lady of a million jobs. She's been a chef, she's been a builder, and now she's going to retire into a smooth, cushy life as a researcher. So manage workers, yes. And we want Narissa over here. Her knowledge is actually pretty good, so she's not a bad hire for this. But this is really big because it means we can finally start unlocking some research. Now, absolutely, the number one thing we want to do is work on combat. Defending the colony is the name of the game. I'm surprised we haven't had any raiders yet, but if we can get some iron, we can unlock the barracks, and that's going to be really big. Barracks are the best way for us to get more guards because each barracks, like I've said before, can hold, I think, like 20 guards. So that's going to be our best way to get big numbers in our army. So let's get this research underway pronto. Tactic training. So what can we do while we wait for this first raid? The sun is going to set. We've got like about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's take a look at the journey map. So if we can get cocoa beans, we can get green dye, and that's going to let us get our residences up to level 2. And if you look at the map, you can see up to the north, there is a big region of jungle. This entire region is all jungle biomes. It's not too far north, maybe a boat ride along the river, and we can grab ourselves some cocoa beans, get home, and make a very simple temporary cocoa bean farm. That's probably going to be the best way for us to get early game brown dye. But I don't want to leave right now because the sun's going to set any moment, so let's just wait for this to happen because I've got a funny feeling about tonight. I think tonight might be raid night. Wait, who's this? We've got another child being born? Where are these guys coming from? Well, lady colonists, we've got a couple of minutes before it's sunset. Let's go and get you a name.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
And so the next name is going to be Baroness, your mum of Sass. Sassy. So let's go and get her name. there's your name. Welcome to the colony, Baroness. And the sun's setting. Is tonight the night? You know what, I'm starting to think that maybe these raids are bugged, because we haven't had a raid yet. Maybe the first raid takes a little bit longer than the rest of them. I was worried that it was going to be like instant, but we've been lucky so far. Wait, who are you? Oh my god, another lady colonist. Well, let's get another name. Because tonight is not a raid night.
Welcome to the siege
Oh,
of Littleton.
no it is! So, Lady Black Lily is going to be our new colonist, but this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Everything has been leading up to this moment. They are spawning to the south and they're barbarians. They're over there, and what? It's just two dudes. It's just two of them. What's going on? Well, let's have a sleep first. Because, oh my god, something's gone wrong. These raids are supposed to be huge. It could be because this is the first raid, the numbers are severely limited. I think, in theory, the game is always going to give you 2 raiders for your first raid. And that means our guys are going to have absolutely no problem whatsoever. Oh wait, hang on a sec. Wait, there's more. There's 3. Okay, so there's 3 dudes. It's not quite a horde, but it should be a challenge, maybe. It won't be a challenge. All right, dudes, get on over here. So, my dudes, get to it. Attack. To battle. Get 'em, lads. Go on. Oh, they're going for it. They've savaged them. Oh, okay, this is going to be no problem whatsoever. Bit of an anticlimax there. Only 3 dudes. Well done, the brave defenders of placeholder name. That reminds me, I do need to pick a name. Well, my dudes, a massive thank you for watching this episode of the Siege of Littleton. It looks like we're going to need to do a bit of configuration. Number 1, these raids are way too easy. We're going to see if we can do something to make them appear more often, and so the barbarians are actually a little bit harder. Oh wait, hang on a sec, who's this behind us? My dudes, over here, more attacks. Wait. Who are these guys? Well, shields up. Come on, my dudes. Help defend. Get him. Get him, lads. Yeah, go for it. These guys are more of a challenge than the barbarians. But, again, they were absolutely savaged. So we'll be doing a thing or two to make sure the raids are a lot tougher, and next episode, we'll maybe get the residences up to level 2, see if we can find those cocoa beans, we'll get some more research done, maybe get a barracks, because it'd be good to get a barracks, and we'll see if the raids intensify. But a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.